Prepare to disappoint the goddess
running out of
Delirium.
time.
Alanis!
Hardly working or workly harding.
Damn it!
Make my own temple. Brilliant pitch. Here's another one. Anyone else looking to collaborate?
Don't you speak those words!
I don't play by the rules. Even that one. So I play by the rules. My rules.
From the Great North to Wonder Wharf. All right.
Hey, everybody. How's everyone doing on this lovely Monday? Hello.
How you doing the full intro?
No, I'm echoing, so I got to figure that out. There we go.
Oh,
Better.
yeah, it's because your phone's turned up.
There we go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to a brand new episode of From the Great North to Wonder Wharf, your one-stop destination for bento box information. As always, I am Mike.
And I'm JB. Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, we tonight's episode's a little light on content. We have the new episodes to discuss. Very little in the way of news. So, yeah, it's going to be a pretty easy. Plus, I have to pack, so we get that
That's
squared
fair.
away.
It's also my wife's birthday, so...
Oh. Bold move to do the show tonight.
Well, she also worked, so, yeah.
Fair enough.
And this gives her time for her friends to reach out to her and say happy birthday. I've
Yeah,
been
that's
doing
right.
that all day long.
They're the bad ones for not saying hi.
How dare they? I saw a Street Time burger truck is on. Hey guys, love your burgers. Best burgers in Columbus by far. The PB&J is my favorite.
Oh, hello.
And we might even be seeing, if you guys are at Seven Sun on Thursday when we celebrate my wife's birthday, we might stop by for a burger. We'll see.
Look at that. Local shout outs get you local work, JP. Good job.
Oh no, they're great. Amazing food.
Over on the YouTubes, we have Hi Abby, hello Devil Horns, Chelsoms, hello. Chelsoms, by the by. Well, happy birthday to your dog. But also saw that you got one of the Lars Blueberry sweaters. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for that.
Really appreciate that. Totally didn't need to, but thank you for doing
We will try to do better.
Oh, Abby says you better wrap it up early, bud.
Wrap it
Chrissy, 6, hello. I don't know who all's in either channel here, but if you won one of the plushes from last week, life's been getting in the way, but they will be mailed off tomorrow morning. I do apologize, but sometimes life, it finds a way. So that's where we are.
Quoting Jeff Goldblum, Chef Goldblum.
Yes. Oh hey, Todd Landstar. If you haven't, check out our super cool commercial for the Wheelie Mammoths that you can no longer get because the pre-orders are over and those bad boys are extinct. They have gone the way of the dodo, or I suppose like the actual woolly mammoths themselves. They are gone forever.
Endangered species now.
We tried to tell you. Once they're gone, they're gone. Hey, the toasty one. How are you, bud? I believe those are... Do you have the dates in front of you of when those are shipping out?
We do have the man live, but
no, he's busy. He's busy.
He's busy. He's very, very busy.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't. Oh wait, oh no, I don't have a pull up.
Actually, let me get my tablet.
Okay, cool. Hello, Stardust Paparazzi. How are you? Yeah. So today, I love. Oh, bet. Okay, yeah, we love ours. We got ours. Mine's in my office. JB's is at his house. Convinced me to get one as a 6-month early birthday gift. Hey, Abby, whenever you get one's when you get one. Luckily, you were able to get one.
We're good now, forever.
Oh yeah, I took a month's worth of daily photos, so as to not have our.
Well, in a pinch, I'll also have it.
Good. Yeah, we totally didn't forget this weekend's calendar and put everybody. And we definitely didn't happen to find it by the skin of our teeth at 9 p.m. on a Sunday online. Definitely didn't happen. We're always prepared.
That is not what happened.
Oy. Sorry, all frazzled out. Like I said, I still got to pack. But yeah, while JB gets those dates so we can pass those out to you. Oh, sorry. I got a text message I needed to. Oh, Miss Marlena, I'm glad you're here. I just mentioned it. I haven't mailed out the figures yet. I'm going to mail those out tomorrow. Life just kind of got away from me there. So they're still going out, I promise. But yeah, this week What do we have for our news? While JB pulls that up.
News-wise, I mean, Bob's Burgers, everybody will come back on March 10th. So we got a little bit of a wait.
Bob's Burgers back on March 10th with a brand new episode called our Jade in the Shade. We'll get into all that at the tail end of the show, but as far as other stuff goes, Lars Blueberry merchandise is available now. If you know, you know. If you don't know, I'm not going to take the time to explain it to you. Go back and watch the trivia episode.
From the straight from the man, the Wheelie Mammoths will start shipping May 1st, maybe a few days earlier, depending if they arrive early.
There you go, folks. May 1st. If you got your orders in, if you didn't, tough. You've had, at this point, 4 different ways to pre-order. I don't know what to tell you. You had your shot. And we've been telling you, too. We've been telling you the whole time. We've been posting on the Instagram, posting on the Twitter. And if you haven't gotten one, then shame. Shame on all of you.
13 days to the next Bob's Burgers episode. It's Taylor Swift's lucky number.
It's also the day of my birthday. So
someone joked that we should do a count down. I was like, we've done a lot of those.
We've done so many countdowns. We've done a countdown for the movie, which we did I think almost 100 days out. We did a countdown for the premiere of the season. We're kind of countdown out. And plus those things are so hard to do. They're not hard to do. They're hard to do well. I'll say that. Some folks just want to toss up a number and kind of half-ass it. I won't say who. Sometimes us.
Sometimes. But we usually take our time. We like to make it look fancy. I mean, we could have thrown out the Travis Kelce meme, but instead we made our own version of that, and it took quite a while to get it right. So, yeah.
But God bless it. I think we're past that. We are. Oh, we did. I remember you sent me 4 different versions over saying, what about this one? About this one? I was like, no, eyes higher. Now we can't see either your eyes. You got to move them. You got to make them look mad. I have to use my phone during the stream tonight, so no IG live for me. Oh, it's all good. It's we're not doing trivia or anything, so it's a pretty straightforward episode.
Yeah, trivia will be, I think we decided it's going to be the 24th.
Is that the Monday?
Nope, sorry, the 25th.
Okay. Okay, then the 25th will be the next go around for Bob's Burgers trivia.
Yep.
Fun. Hey, Robert Downloads is in the chat. Hello, Rob. I don't know. No, I can't say. We'll see you soon, Rob, is what I will say. We'll see you soon.
See ya. Flip.
Yeah. Let's see. I got my notes in front of me. So figures getting mailed out soon. Already did that. Wheelie Mammoths are now extinct. Tough titties if you didn't get one. New giveaway to be announced on Thursday with all the juicy details there. If you've been following us on any of our live shows, you know what we're giving away. But we'll finally do the official.
We'll finally do it.
Yeah, we're finally getting around to it. And that is on Thursday the 29th is when we'll announce that and the rules and everything. If you haven't been paying attention to the Instagram, I ran a little story of who I should bring with me on my trip. The winner of that, if you haven't noticed, is Gene. So Gene will be coming with me. So be on the lookout for international content with our buddy Gene. That should be fun. If you've been following this for any amount of time, I brought Bob to Japan with me, and I brought Teddy to South Korea with me. And this is just the next go around for what I'm doing. What you got there?
Well, we also brought this guy to the movie premiere too. So. Yeah.
I was like, what the hell's I got to do with anything?
Yeah, we brought him to the movie premiere. Adam brought his, which now has Lauren Bouchard's signature on, I believe, on his little tush. But
I was trying to put 2 and 2 together. I was like, it's a trip, and we brought something.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think when I go to San Francisco, I'll be bringing one.
Okay, bet. Yeah.
We'll have to figure out which one.
We've done Bob, Gene, and Teddy. So, you have any of the ladies of the show?
That's true. Maybe it's time for Louise to get out.
Yeah. Or Tina. Tina's always wanted to go to New York. Maybe San Francisco is the next best stop. I don't know.
Could be.
Let's see. Okay. Bob's Burgers returns March 10th, and we'll get into Fox and Bento release the promotional images for that episode, and we have some notes and we have some theories that we'll get into once we discuss these brand new episodes.
I also have this from Toddland right now. He says that if you're interested in the hoodies with the Louise ears, the redone versions, he says hypothetically those could potentially start having pre-orders on the website as early as in a week or two. He would like to have them ready for WonderCon if possible.
Which is in April.
Yes.
Okay, bet. So I'll be back in time to help push all that out. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Hypothetically, of course.
Yes.
Hypothetically. All right, word. Todd, stop watching us. It's embarrassing. Don't watch us.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure.
All right, you want to just hop into the new episodes and get this
out? Yeah.
Again, there's not much to discuss tonight, folks. So we're kind of just hanging. But this week I enjoyed all 3 episodes, so that was a nice change of pace for me. So I will start wherever you want to start with.
I am fine starting where you feel comfortable. I was able to watch Great North, Grimsburg, and most of Crapopolis.
Okay. Crapopolis, how far did you get in?
They probably had like one more because they do like 3 commercial breaks. So this was probably I got to the almost the 3rd.
Okay, I'll let you tell. I'll let you give the synopsis of what happened in Crapopolis, and I'll pick up where you left off then.
You can begin it. I'm fine with that because I honestly watched it very early this morning, so I don't have a lot of recollection about it.
Cool. I'll take reins. Crapopolis. I'm just going to give you a brief synopsis because I don't have it in front of me. I don't remember the character's names. Hippocampus is sick and tired of getting attacked by the. I don't know if they're called orphans right off the bat, or if that's just a name that they eventually become or come to know by. But they are orphans, or just feral children in the streets. So he devises a way to capture them, get them contained in an area, and then inadvertently creates school. These kids then learn the tricks of the trade and eventually build off their knowledge, and then eventually are able to overthrow Hippocampus and Stupendous. And that's essentially it.
It seems like the 2 of those are always together. Hippo.
I like that dynamic between those 2. I will say I was on board from the very beginning when it was just a giant we hate children train that we were riding on, and I was like, I like where this is going. I don't know where this is going, but yeah, kids ruin everything.
No, I wouldn't go that far, but sure.
Everything. And then Tyrannus has his own thing going on where this person from the city is essentially trying to overthrow him. She's kind of anti-government, blah, blah, blah. He tries to say, hey, well, if you have some good ideas, maybe I can implement them. And she's like, the minute you implement them, then they become part of the system.
Your ideas in the system, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a vicious circle, or they can never win and the other side's always right until the end, which is where that little twist happens. Did you see the twist?
I did not see the twist.
Okay.
But you can spoil it. I will just finish it when we're done.
Yeah, it's a cartoon. It's not like earth-shattering or nothing.
No.
She's giving a speech, and eventually Tyrannus, it clicks in his mind. It's like, oh, if I just make her, once a month, I'll give her a platform to say whatever she wants to say and preach to the people and essentially be my mouthpiece. Once he did that, she became part of the system, and then her own people turned on her. And he's like, gotcha. So I was like, good on you. Good on you.
I will say this about the show. For a lot of people, I think they were expecting a lot of just kind of stupid humor. This is a little more thought-provoking in a lot of ways. They want you to think about it and kind of go into it a little bit. They have the stupid stuff here and there. But I do think the show tries to be smart. And I'm kind of okay with it. Rick and Morty does it a little bit, but they're more just kind of weird. This is kind of trying and tempting people to think about it stuff a little bit more. I
can see that. I think it's also.
Or do you think it's being too smart for its own good?
No, God, not at all. Not at all. I think it has the benefit of taking place during the the time frame that it does, because then it forces people to then realize, oh, these are real characters, not just something we made up. It's not like a Rick or a Morty. I can actually go back and learn about these actual characters and realize it's nothing like a cartoon. Abby says something me and Mike finally agreed on. I assume she means that kids are the worst. Devil Horns animating while listening to you guys. What are you animating?
Yeah, that's cool.
Wait, Devil Horns, are you Bob's Fanatic? Are you doing that animated thing? Because I saw that on Instagram and we liked your post. And are you that? Are you Devil Horns? Are you a Bob's Fanatic or whatever? Doing the ice cream thing based off Bob's Burgers or inspired by? Sorry, I went on a tangent. Yeah.
Not that we don't do that.
No. One thing I do want to clarify, there was, if you're on our Discord, there was some confusion about Crapopolis potentially getting canceled because there's a group of people who are saying the show needs to get canceled. The show's not going anywhere, at least not for 3 seasons. This group is calling for the cancellation of the show because they feel it depicts the Greek people and the Greek gods in a less than flattering light. But then again,
Have they read mythology?
Yeah, and not for nothing, it was the guy who created Rick and Morty. It's not going to show anybody in a good light. Also,
I would say Dan Harmon has made the gods more tasteful than mythology did. I mean,
he made it more interesting.
There's a lot of stuff that they do in myth that's like they teach that in high school. Like,
you made it TV safe.
Yes. Nothing like Zeus turning himself into an animal and just with
Yeah. Sorry, I am just all over the place with my thoughts.
It's because you have to travel.
Fuck me, yeah. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, I thought the episode was fine. I thought, again, and I say this with all seriousness, anytime we can get a show or an episode where kids are portrayed as the enemy, I am on board with that. Love my nieces and nephews. JB, I'm sure your kid's amazing too.
I know your feelings.
The rest of the billions of them out there, hit the bricks. Don't want you. Don't need you. That's not me, but it's very cool. Oh, that. Okay, yeah, Devil Horns. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'd love to see that. Whenever you're done, of course. It was this week's Crapopolis much better than last week's. It held my attention again because of the plot that it took. But beyond, it was. I don't know. It's still not something that I'm kicking down the door to watch every week. And I think they have about 2 more episodes left in this season. I think from what I was told, they're looking at like 15 to 16 episodes, and I believe this was 13 or 14.
That sounds right.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'll check it out when it's on, but I'm also not like, oh, this is gonna be the first thing I watch because I'm so excited to see where it's going. And I will say, and this is the very end of the episode, the little stinger, which I'm so disappointed in because I don't think it's going to go anywhere. They go. Tyrannus goes and visits the Straw Man. He was mentioned a couple times in the episode itself, and the Straw Man gives him a crown, and he's praising Tyrannus and this, that, and the other. And then Tyrannus leaves, and he kind of goes like stoic in the face, and then he goes in the back, and then Heyman or Straw Man or whatever is talking to this hooded figure. This is like a big bad that he's talking to. He's like, I've come in contact with the king. Our ascension is nigh. And then it just like, Heyman will return and blah, 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 blah. And it made it sound more like a joke than like a coming storyline. And that disappointed me so much because we only had like 2 episodes left. And
I really hope maybe they'll play into it for season 2, maybe. Maybe. I mean, I'd prefer that. That sounds actually really cool.
It does. I go back and watch it and definitely watch that last bit. It's so disappointing because I know it's not going to be. I'm certain it's not going to go anywhere. It was just like a little jokey thing at the end. Definitely. Yeah, we have a Discord. Check the link in our bio on Instagram. or Twitter, or anywhere. But yeah, we got a Discord. Yes.
I love how we just flat out refuse to call it X. We're just like, no.
Call it
It's
what?
still-
Oh yeah, we're not calling it X. Eat a bag. I'm not calling it X. Grimsburg. What'd you think of Grimsburg?
I'm still not sold. And that's just, I guess, my opinion on it. I'm not sold yet on the whole idea.
I enjoyed about.
I know you enjoyed it, but
Well, I enjoyed every bit except the kids bit, and that's not because I hate children. That's just because that part was boring.
I don't find that dynamic entertaining. I guess I just don't. I agree with you. I feel like it's been done before, and I feel like you have such good characters. Why waste your time with that? I mean, the kid, you could keep him in there; it's fine. But I don't think you need the skeleton. I don't think it's necessary. I think you could have that literally. I'd rather have there be a more evil version of John Hamm's character that he talks to back and forth while building his models. I'd rather that was what was going on.
If your defining trait of your character is its own sidekick, then it's not a strong character. And I don't know what that kid has going for him besides the fact that he has an imaginary friend that talks to him.
That tells him to do horrible things.
Yeah, and sure, maybe that's like, it's we all had that imaginary friend, the devil and the angel on our shoulder telling us, yeah, no, we did, but this is a terrible. Well, I'm 38 now. I do not care for that story device.
And I like the other stuff. I just don't really care for that.
I dug that this was a Batman-esque episode. I thought that was pretty cool. And to be honest, I didn't read the synopsis before I watched the episode. I was like, oh, they're putting a dog in this show now. What are they going to do with a dog? And I was like, oh, thank God, because I was not looking forward to it at all when I thought it was just a dog being put into the show. But I was pleasantly surprised. I thought it was fun. I got a little confused when he was fighting the dog. Only because he was fighting the dog, which I assumed, just like in Spider-Man, he was fighting his vision of himself.
Yes.
But then the dog up and ran out of the building and then ended up tied up in the other building.
Yeah.
So then was it John Hamm's character dressed as a dog fighting his vision of his normal self?
So you're at where I'm at. I'm still trying to figure that part out a little bit as well.
This is
I was confused I think that kind of stuff takes away from the actual show because you sit there and you think about like, well, what actually is going on instead of just being able to watch it and it has like a general narrative of what you're doing. I mean, maybe they're going for something dark where he's like, was he actually just fighting himself the whole time? Is he crazy?
But like I get that he was fighting himself. I don't get, like, maybe if we had like in Fight Club, spoilers for a 30-year-old movie, but Tyler Durden isn't real, where it showed him fighting himself.
Yeah.
Like maybe if we got like little of that happening, then I could get behind it. But as it was presented, I was like, no, this is too confusing. This particular part right now is too confusing.
Yeah. It took me a little bit out of the episode.
Yeah. Well, it didn't dawn on me until after the fact. I was like, wait, if he was here, how did he get tied up? I mean, I know how he got tied up because he got drugged by the 26 beers, but like, who was he fighting? And was the costume fighting the vision of the man, or was the man fighting his inner demon of the dog? But then did he beat the dog up and then walk away in the suit? I don't know.
Is PETA coming to cancel the show now?
I don't know. Maybe it's somebody who thinks detectives are being shown in a bad light. Maybe that's who's going to cancel that show. But they're good for like 2 or 3 seasons, I think. Every show's getting like 2 or 3 seasons. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You don't get John Hamm to give him 1 season. That's not.
No. And it could turn around. I feel like this show has potential where I feel like Housebroken did not. Oh, Mike says no.
I think Housebroken had potential. It just had terrible
right.
execution. Bad writing, I suppose. Yeah. Grimsburg has potential. It's only been 3, 4 episodes. I'm giving it its fair shake. It hasn't left a bad taste in my mouth like the way Housebroken did right off the bat. Just because I like the premise, so I'm willing to ride out some bad episodes or head scratchers in order to see where it goes. Um, I'm not one of those people who are like, "Oh, it's a cartoon. You're thinking too much about it." It's like, well, then don't put something stupid in there that's going to make me think.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, I mean, if you have grown adults being like, what exactly is going on? Even kids or teenagers watching will still be like, what's going on exactly? I don't get
yeah,
it.
that takes you out of it immediately. Even if you're going tune in or what's a tune in or tune in and tune out when
Hmm.
you watch the show. But if you have something that's like, wait, what? How did that happen? Even in a cartoon, then you've lost. Because now I'm thinking about the mistake you made as opposed to enjoying the rest of your cartoon. So, so figure it out, Grimsburg. Figure it out. You're a little sick and tired of having to fill in the blanks that you created.
I feel like Grimsburg is a show. Like Crapopolis, yeah, we could have the straw. Hey, man, we could have that back. I think that'd be a cool arc. I think Grimsburg could genuinely have a good arc. Like it definitely could be a main villain with side villains to chase and things like that to lead up to the main threat. And that
Hmm.
could be a whole season. And they could just keep doing it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's the plan or if they're just like, let's just sprinkle this in and see where it goes. And
Well, that's what I'm hoping happens at the end of the season is we get introduced to the big bad, and then we find out that within all the previous episodes, little clues were left all around, stuff we
Mhm.
didn't notice, which will then lead us into season 2, maybe like perhaps the doctor who we all think is his dad um, turns out to be the big bad, is Hannibal Lecter. But we'll see. Like I said, it's only a couple episodes in, so I'm not terribly invested in it at the
Mhm.
moment. But I would like to see them kind of pick up the pace.
I will say Has Been Hotel for what it is does a pretty decent job right off the bat setting up the plot for what it needs to be and
Yeah,
telling you where you're headed.
yeah. I think
And I
that
mean,
is
it's a different beast in itself. It's
yeah.
different. So, but it is nice that it's like, here's the plot. This is what you don't know if you didn't watch this
Mhm,
early, like little sketch thing we did. Now
mhm.
you know this is the baddie. Let's see where this heads and what
Yeah,
direction we're going into.
like if Grimsburg set it up to where there was one main case he was working on, and then getting sidetracked by these other cases, then yeah, because like then we have an end goal in sight. Here, it's just a
Mhm.
monster of the week show, and we're like, okay, which
I'm,
like
I guess
Bob's
I'm
Burgers,
just,
but
yeah, I feel Grimsburg would do way better to do like an animated version of Twin Peaks with like, as you said, like the main case, but then all these other little cases keep popping up that keep him away from it.
mhm.
I think that would be great and just keep like weird supernatural weird stuff and just keep it going. But I just worry that it's gonna end up being like kind of like a Scooby Doo.
Yeah,
And
or
we already kind of had that in a different version with Mike Tyson Mysteries, which is done really well. I loved it. It's
mm,
so good.
mm. Dove Horn says has been love that show. Yeah, it was. It's not my cup of tea. I'm sure a lot of folks love it. Just not my thing. So each their own. Um, yeah, I feel Grimsburg is either going like I didn't watch Twin personally. I didn't watch Twin Peaks, but I do know of X Files, of course, and it had the overarching story of like aliens, but it did have its Monster of the Week episodes that it kept coming back
Mhm.
to. So I hope it's going to be something like that. Otherwise, if this is just jumping from case to case each week without some kind of connective tissue, then which is
It's
weird
kind of
because it works for Bob's Burgers
yeah.
and it works for the Great
Great
North.
North.
Um,
Mhm.
but for some reason, I don't want it to work with, or I want, wait, for some reason, it's not working for me with Grimsburg.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
that's the part that's kind of weirding me out, is like it's just not I guess I have to stop walking into some of these shows with the expectations and just let it be what it is. But
I think you and I are running into the curse of bento box, if you will. Like we're basing everything coming out of the studio to be on par with like Bob's or the Great North, and then maybe we're let down when it doesn't meet those expectations right away. So we just gotta wipe our minds
tone it.
completely.
Yeah.
That's on us.
And I think, like we did with Housebroken, we talked about like they had such potential. It had such an opportunity. Like the cast was huge, and it was like there's so many big names in it. And it's like this just needs A, B, and C. If you could do this in season 2, I really think it would help the show. And just completely just went all in.
Yeah.
It just did not work out.
Devil Horns. I'm a big musical fan myself. In fact, me and my wife just went and saw Moulin Rouge like 2 weeks ago. Very cool. Just has been just ain't doing it for me. I don't know what it is. I just can't get into it. I guess I don't know.
I mean, we loved Central Park.
Yeah, Central Park's amazing. That's
Both love Book of Mormon. Both love pretty much anything Josh Gad touches, and he's an Andrew Reynolds man. But
yeah. And obviously, being Bob's Burgers fans, they have
musical
hundreds,
numbers.
hundreds and hundreds of songs. So the musicals aren't the thing that's driving us away. It's just the story isn't for me. There was a particular episode that just got way too uncomfortable, even for me, and I was like, I don't want to see this in my cartoons.
I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, so, but I'm certainly not going to rain on somebody's parade. If you like it, go with whatever God. Oh, sorry. But yeah, Grimsburg. Yeah, Grimsburg. It's worth checking out. There's only a couple of episodes out right now. You're certainly not gonna. You can find worse things to do with your time. And it's an hour and a half worth of cartoons. Check it out if you like it. It'll be back next Sunday. In fact, next week's lineup is the same as this week's.
Okay.
Or not Bob's. Great
Simpsons.
North, Simpsons, Crapopolis, and Grimsburg. Bob's returns on the 10th. Speaking of the Great North, we had a new episode of the Great North.
Loved it.
Did you?
I liked it a lot. I feel like they're really hitting their stride this season. It's really good.
Well, it's only 3 episodes in. You feel that strong?
I feel good about it. I think it's. I mean, last season was really good. I think this is just building. I really liked it. I think introducing this character was worth doing. I think it's fun.
Do you think this will be a reoccurring character?
Yes.
Not like on a regular basis, but do you think we're going to see more and more of her?
I'd say at least once every 3 to 4 episodes. At least popping in. That's about it.
I liked her, but I don't know if I want that. I don't know what she could bring that
I
she didn't.
don't know necessarily if she'll be like referenced all the time or that she'll be like walking in and out of scenes. But I think she'll at least be brought up. Like, have you seen Dirt? Has she been around? Does anyone like bring like it could be like Moon, take this over to your aunt's like shelter, basically, like food or something, bring this over.
Yeah,
and that might be it.
I just felt like there was I just felt like there could have been more done. Like it seems like we learned everything about her that we needed to know right away in this episode. Like we got her entire backstory, what she's about. No reason to revisit that again. I don't know what else that character could bring to the table. She was great, loved her, but she's not a member of society. She's trapped in her little bunker. Not trapped, but she lives in her bunker, away from society. She hasn't been out in a minute.
And maybe that's what her character does this whole season. Is maybe she just explores. Maybe that's kind of her thing. Maybe she sends postcards or something on her travels, and that's as much as we get from her.
I don't know. She didn't seem like she wanted to travel. I mean, she came up, visited the Tobins, and then just went to their house, the restaurant. I mean, she did say she'd come up and maybe ask out that waitress. I just feel like maybe another family member would have had a bit more of an impact. We did learn that they didn't say it, but it sounds like Beef's father has indeed passed. So you?
It's my lovely
Okay.
dogs.
Okay. That's fine. I was just curious where it was come from. So we've learned that Beef's father has
Yes.
presumably passed. Do we know about his mom?
Anything about mom and yet, but I think we know that dad and mom were not the best of people based on past episodes and what Beef and Brian have said about his parents. Well, their parents.
I would, if I had to pick a family member that we needed to visit or learn about or have brought into the fold, I mean, I can only think of, other than Kathleen, I can't think of anybody else I need to learn about. So I don't know. Oh, hey, Stacey. So I don't know. I don't feel the need, like with Bob's, we wanted to learn about his mom, his dad, um, and Linda's parents, but I have no desire to learn about cousins or aunts or uncles. Like we met Beef's brother, and
Yeah.
I didn't really care.
I mean, in Bob's, we've referenced like Linda's cousin who has the one arm, and they showed like the Christmas card, but that's about it.
Yeah. So I don't.
And there's reference, but we've never really seen her. So
And that's a friend. That's yeah. I got like friends I want to see, like Pesto's wife.
yeah.
But I have no desire to meet anybody's family members.
Do I want an episode where we get to see Mr. Fisher's dad and do flashbacks? I think that'd be fun.
That'd be fun, but yeah, that'd be fun for like an episode.
Yeah, but I don't think it needs to be reoccurring by any means.
No, but I got no desire other than, I think the only time I was like, oh, I need to learn about this person was Lily, and then we met Lily, and we got stories on Lily, and then I'm good if we never see Lily again. It ain't like all her stories can only be told in the past. We can't learn anything. Like there's no new stories to be told with Lily because she passed when Bob was a little kid. So they did a really good job with that radio episode with telling a Lily story that didn't involve Bob or anybody. So maybe something like that. But I got no problem with never having another Lily story.
The toasty one saying, I mean, it's well said. Literally, when Dirt was just like, so yeah, so how's Dad doing? It's like, oh, math. Yeah, I'm 80 something. So yeah, that doesn't work. It's like he's got to be gone.
Yeah, she's definitely not 80 either. She's just bad at her own birthday too. Best ever death match. She'll show up morning or some kind of. Yeah, I don't know how they can use her without it becoming just like shtick. Like, she's coming here just to poke her head and going, hey, don't forget, these people are gone. Or, oh, I wouldn't have done that if I were you. She becomes like a catchphrase machine, and we're like, all right, go away back to your hole for another 2 seasons. But I could be wrong.
Yeah. I mean, she has a hike away, so she isn't super close. She's just on the property.
Yeah. Beyond the aunt, I didn't really care for Moon's side story. I don't know. I just don't care for kids and
Mike doesn't like to ship kids.
Oh no, that, and it was just boring. I didn't find anything fun about it. It's like, oh, you awkward asking out a girl. I get that. That's fine. Oh, it's a pig in the end. That's cool. But did you like the B plot?
I thought it was okay. I like Moon being awkward. I think it works because he's such like a Beef, and Beef is awkward too when he's nervous, so you can see where he gets it. Thought it was fine. I figured it'd be fine and just okay. I figured like he wasn't like gonna be devastated, but there were some similarities. Someone brought up Tina. I was like a little bit kind of awkward like that, melting down.
Yeah, I'd give it more.
Ham is like the easygoing one now, which is weird. I would have pictured him as the emotional one, but
it is a weird shift. Did we see much of Wolf this episode?
Not a ton.
No.
Just him being annoyed that Moon was down in the shelter. That's about it.
Okay, so yeah, I don't know, the whole episode, while I enjoyed most of it, it just seemed a little like the connective tissues weren't there to bring both pieces together. Even though I know the aunt is the connective tissue, it just didn't feel connected enough for me.
Mm.
I still liked it though. But for me, I think it was the weakest episode, or probably the second weakest episode of this run of episodes for me.
Well, okay.
That's just me though. I do think last week's was better, and of course I love the season premiere.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay.
All the
Any
movies they missed, yeah.
any parting thoughts on the Great North before we dive into the promotional stills for the new Bob's episode and some of the thoughts that we have?
Now let's jump into that because I'm
Okay.
sure people want to know. So let's get into it.
Jade in the Shade, March 10, 2024. Bob's Burgers returns. The synopsis of the episode, I'll read that, and then we'll talk about the photos that were released. On a tour of the town's bootlegging history, Linda and Louise stumble into a treasure hunting adventure. Meanwhile, Bob, Tina, Jean play host to a group of street performers looking to settle a beef. Do you have the photos in front of you to reference?
I can get them. Give me a second.
Okay. While you're doing that, I'll some of my quick notes. It appears that we're returning to the Molehill, which we first saw in the Bob's Burgers movie, and it appears that Louise is either hiding from Linda, or Linda's distracted on the phone, and Louise is just kind of making a beeline for the Molehill while she's distracted. So maybe she's not hiding, but she is doing something behind her back while she's distracted. The characters that we're seeing return this season for the first time, we're seeing, not to include Fight at the Not Okay Chorale episode, we're seeing Logan and his mom for the first time, and we're also seeing Edith for the first time outside of that triptych episode, which I don't count those anyway. So, okay, now this is where I'll actually start talking about the specific photo. So you let me know when you have those in front of you.
I'm just getting them real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, because they keep just showing the same one. I was like, no, I want the gallery. There we go. They're loading up.
Okay, so taking a
Which
look
one
at
do you want first? Street performers?
take a look at the one where Linda and Luis are in the bar talking to a man in a suit.
Yep, loading it up now.
Okay.
Got it.
At first I thought this was the bar underneath the molehill. It's not, because in the movie we see in like an ornate archway. Then I thought maybe it was the Jazzeray bar.
It looks a lot like that one, but it's not.
It does, but it's not, because there's windows in the Jazzeray bar, and there's also, unless it went through a renovation, that little speaking tube thing that you see in the corner there, that's not there either. So this is a brand new location that we're seeing for the first time. Obviously a spot on the tour.
The speakeasy tour, yeah.
Yeah, so I think this is a brand new location. I don't think we're revisiting, at least not in that particular photo. We're not revisiting anything. Would you
I agree with you on that. Because I was looking at it too, and a lot of people were claiming like, oh, this is the location from the movie, this location from the movie, and I don't think this is. I think the molehill is for sure. And I think there might be some callbacks to movie stuff, but I think this is a new location completely. Because it does look like the Jazzeray wallpaper, but it doesn't fit that whole look.
It is. The Jazzeray wallpaper and that are pretty close matches. I don't know if they're exactly alike, but that leads me to believe that, because the wallpaper in the Fish Odor's Hideaway in the movie, the wallpaper in the Jazzeray, both Fish Odor locations, both share the wallpaper. So I assume this is maybe a Papa Fish Odor spot.
Bootlegger spot.
Yeah, bootlegger
made
spot.
its money.
Yeah. So I assume this is a Fish Odor spot. I don't think we're gonna get like any. We may get some callbacks in the movie, like little Easter eggs, but I don't think we're gonna get like mentioned like Grover or anything. I don't think we're gonna see any of that. In fact, I don't even know if Luis is going into the molehill or if she's just over there like
Walk by
looking.
it,
Yeah, she's just up there looking out for things. Totally missed Shaw last night because we're moving. Oh yeah, check it out, Christine. It's great. Yeah. Going over to the restaurant, among the street performers that we do see, we see a animal balloon maker, or a person who makes balloon animals and shapes,
Yep.
which is the lady with the, I think it's a purple vest.
The purple. Well, she has a purple bow tie.
Yeah,
It's polka dot. You can see like the blow up instrument for the balloons.
Mhm.
You can also see that she's got like a whole apron of just balloons.
The other two folks in the booth there are nondescript. They don't really have their
I
things, but
almost feel the one dude with the stripes, I feel, is a clown. He's got a bag, so I'm sure he's got stuff in it.
that's what I was thinking,
I
like a
thought
juggler of sorts.
something like that, like a
Yeah.
performer. And I was thinking the beard guy might be a magician of some sort, like a card tricks or something.
Okay. There's another guy in the booth immediately to their right that has a bunch of PVC pipe, which I'm taking to mean as like a street performer. Yeah, like a percussive instrument of sorts.
Yeah. That
And
works.
then we don't see it in any of the photos, but there's clearly somebody who deals with bubbles, because there's another
Yep.
picture where there's a giant bubble being blown, and everybody seems to be very impressed with that. So I'm not quite sure. The gross route in me says that somebody makes spit bubbles, but I don't know. Pure speculation on my part. Obviously, Gene gets the dragon balloon, or the balloon dragon from the balloons. We see another photo that shows Linda and Louise, which in an area that I took to be under the wharf from the movie.
Oh, the panels above.
Yeah,
It
because
looks
of the
like
panels
it's under. It looks like it's under like some sort of a floor or at least
Yeah.
a wharf. Yeah.
And I took it to be the wharf because there's animatronics, there's games. At first, I thought that was one of the animatronics from when the kids crashed the birthday parties at that little Chuck E. Cheese kind of location, but there isn't a animal that looks like that. I can't tell what the animal is because it's kind of broken up, but it kind of reminds me of a sea lion, which of course we saw in the mascot episode where Teddy's wife was cheating on him.
Yes.
And then we also saw it in the baseball episode where Gene was racing the sea lion. But beyond that, there's nothing from the movie to say, oh, this is underneath the wharf. So I'm not 100% sold that it is the wharf. So I could be convinced otherwise.
I could be open to that. I honestly think people want it to be under the wharf. They really want that connection with the movie. I think it makes sense that it could be that to reuse shots and save money on the backgrounds and things like that. But I don't know. I'm not sold that it is. I think it could be under the wharf, but I think it's gonna be a different angle. I'm looking at the picture right now again.
Yeah, I'm not terribly convinced it's the wharf. I mean, if you were telling me it's like, yeah, it's the wharf, like, okay, then I can see it. But I don't think it is, even though the other photos we've seen are at Wonder Wharf. Like, you obviously have Molehill.
I'm looking at it now. It could be just because of how low it is. It could be under the wharf, like where they were driving the cars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That does make sense. Then I guess that begs to differ. Then is that speakeasy the speakeasy from the movie or a different one that's under the wharf?
Because I feel like we've explored all of that Molehill underneath the wharf area, so all of a sudden there's something new there that we didn't see during the movie. I don't buy that.
What under a different ride, maybe?
Yeah.
Or it could be that there's like behind one of the prize booths, walk in there through the back and underneath, and that's where they're at, and that's where the speakeasy is.
Well, if I'm working off the premise that because of the wallpaper connection, that this is indeed a fish odor location, the bar in, perhaps this is under that, and this is just another fish odor location where he stores some of his broken toys or whatever. So could it be another fish out location that's not the wharf, that's not the Jazzeray, that's not the Molehill? Yeah, it could be, but I'm not sold 100% that this is the wharf that we're
Yeah.
seeing in that photo.
And I think it is going to be a little bit different. I do agree with you on that. Be a different spot, but I don't think it is the movie spot that everyone wants it to be.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, it says, I mean, that's one way to get into the Underworld by going into the hideout, twisting the whole statue, go to the underground. Yeah, and then the other way is, yeah. I don't know. I just feel like if they said, "Oh yeah, this is Solar Warp, just in another location," yeah, we'll wrap it up. I got stuff to do anyways. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm not buying that this is the Wonder Wolf. I'm also not buying. Yeah, the photo where.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Yeah. I also don't buy the fact there's the photo that shows the entire group is looking a little shocked, like they just learned something insane. I don't know what that could be. I've seen some folks say, "Oh, Grover's coming back." I don't think Grover's coming back. He's in jail for 2 counts of attempted murder, so he's not coming back. But I don't know what could be so shocking to the town folks that could cause them to audibly gasp or have that look on their face that they do. I don't think them learning that the fish odors are attached to the bootlegging, I don't think that would cause a big concern, because, yeah, that makes sense. So I don't know. Chat, what do you think? I mentioned, let's see, maybe like Secret Place at Disney, it's hidden in the background of the buildings. Yeah, perhaps. I wouldn't mind if it was hidden in the background of the buildings, like under one of the buildings. I just don't want it to be part of the wharf, because I feel like that's well-treaded territory. We saw all that in the movie. So that'd be the one thing I don't want it to be, is like, oh, we're back under the wharf. Because again, we did that. There's a whole car chase scene underneath there. And in that little area, we don't see the vehicles that were there in the movie. We don't see any of the large-headed figures. We just see like an animatronic seal, I suppose, and a pinball machine. So I don't know. Oh, Marlena. Yeah, welcome over here. The chat's a little better over here. It's kind of a dumb. I usually our shows with trivia being a lot better. But yeah, the photo with the townsfolk gasping. What do you think they're learning at that point to cause them to be so shocked? I am sorry. It's flipping. I'm wondering if we learned that maybe all the buildings are connected, like underground, by like a tunnel system, like how we saw in like the Belgies. There's like a large tunnel system underneath all the buildings, and they're all connected to each other. I wonder if that's something that would be a shock to the town folks. But what do you think? What do you think would cause them? Edith, who seems to have been there forever, what could cause her to be so shocked? It's anything, something else. So are you giving Sunday from now till March 10th for anything to happen? How do you mean? I mean, nothing's happening between now and March 10th. As far as Bob's goes, that's yeah. So I'm not quite sure what you mean there, Yahoo. Call back from you or something. I'm still of the mindset that it is somewhere new. I don't see us retreading a lot of the old stomping grounds of the movie. I think the movie kind of lives in its own universe, with other than the geyser at the beginning of the opening of the show. I think that'd probably be the only callback we get to the movie. Um, the movie's been out for quite a while. I don't see them calling back to a movie from years ago now, because then you'd have to assume that people saw the movie, which that's never a given. So, I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? Somebody got things something. Well, while JB is doing that, one thing I will bring up while we're waiting for him to get back here, IMDb has recently put an end date on Bob's Burgers. It now says 2011 to 2024. There could be many reasons for that. One, Bob's Burgers hasn't been officially renewed in any grand press release. The shows get renewed on like a season or two basis, so the current contract that we know of brings them through 2024. We know they got renewed for season 15, which brings them through 2025. So I think IMDb has just updated themselves on the current contract that they're on. Also, IMDb is not to be trusted. It's essentially Wikipedia for movies. It's user generated. It's been wrong plenty of times in the past. Most recently, saying that Jimmy Pesto is being played by another actor, which turned out to be completely false. So don't trust IMDb for anything. I've asked a couple folks behind the scenes, and they said don't take IMDb for gospel. They don't know. I saw on 2025 date on somewhere just a bit ago. I will go see where it was. No, yeah, no. They're currently working on season 15. Season 15 will come out probably in September of this year, and the episodes will run through 2025. Not through the whole year of 2025, but like it'll run into 2025, and then beyond that, I would expect renewal of seasons 15 and 16 to be officially announced. Probably before we get to Comic Con, unless they're announced at Comic Con, but like no later than July will we get the official announcement from Fox or the powers that be there. But yeah, I'm not sure why. This also happens every time we don't get an official announcement of, oh, is Bob's, are they going to be on for another 2 or 3 seasons? Like, shows get renewed for a season or two max at any given time, regardless of how popular the show is. So there's always that fear of like, oh, this is the last season. If there's ever a last season of Bob's, you'll know about it long before, way before. So don't buy into anybody saying this is season 15 is the final season of Bob's. It's
Not at all.
I can't. We can't be any more clear about that.
No.
So,
I mean, we've even heard from many people who've interviewed with us that like we have ideas for years and years of content. They're like, we plan on keeping it going. So I would not worry or hesitate about that. I think it's, as Mike probably said, it's just a renewal thing.
yeah. So, and not for nothing, but the strikes kind of threw scheduling for a loop. So it's going to take about another season or two for things to finally get back into where they were. So take all that into consideration and know that the show's not going anywhere anytime soon. And if it is, we'll let you know. Because we'll know.
Yeah, Yahoo. Yeah, makes sense. People love what they love, and they want as much of it as they can get. Hey, Marlena. Thanks. I will let her know. Yeah, we were looking for one of these lovely little sleeper for our kid. So it's just been a night.
Yeah, we would have more than a warning. That would be in the press releases. That would be everything saying
That
the
would be
final
all
season.
over the internet.
So again, don't go to IMDb for your information. We
Which
did
we
that.
Yes, we have. Go ahead.
We did that once, and it bit us in the ass, and we'll
Mhm.
never live it down. So I was telling them when you were gone, JD. IMDb is the Wikipedia of
It is.
movies and TV shows.
Who was it that told us? We made so John Schroeder, one of the big writers producers on the show. We had him on for an interview with Kevin, and there was a joke that was in his profile, and we said like, so how's it working on this project? And he's like, Kevin can tell you about that because he wrote it on my profile. He's like, anyone can add whatever they want to a profile. And he's like, we don't religiously check it, so that's a joke.
Yeah.
So and that bit us in the ass.
So yeah, I can't be any more clear about it without calling people stupid that the show's not ending. So
it won't end.
Don't.
This is the show to projectively take the Simpsons' reign when the Simpsons leaves. So
the Simpsons are going where they're on season 35.
At some point when Matt hangs up the old cape and he's like, I'm done, Bob's will be there to probably take it up. So I don't think it's going anywhere.
No, we're fine. Yeah, no, I've kind of run out of steam as to what I think all the photos are about. So if you have anything else you'd like to add.
I mean, a lot of them were kind of like shock values. Like we get a lot of like the crowd looking at everybody and doing the face, like, oh, like shock.
But what do you think they could be reacting to? Because Edith has been there for a minute as far as Seymour's Bay. So what could she now learn about the city that would make her gasp like that?
I could see it being maybe something falls down, like it collapses into the ocean or something, or something might come out that maybe Mr. Fischoeder wasn't expecting. Some people are speculating that Grover escaped. I don't know how Grover would escape.
No,
I like what Yahoo says, and I think that's kind of what I was thinking is the scavenger hunt, the treasure prize. Someone finds the treasure, and I don't think it's like a big, huge treasure. I think it's going to be something small.
But then why would they be shocked about it?
Probably because of like it was maybe right in front of them the whole time.
I don't know.
Even Logan's in this picture too.
Logan, his mom, Edith.
Yeah.
I don't know, unless like obviously they're on a treasure hunt.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is like a fun little treasure hunt, if they actually found like a legit treasure map, and then the treasure isn't what they expected.
Is it the reveal that there were gold bars hidden inside Taffy?
I do not want any callbacks. Looking at the background, you can't see a lot, but you can see like I think they're like green doors or something. So it's a building. They're not underground or anything. So I don't know. A guess of mine was like they learned that all the buildings are connected by like a tunnel system, but then we would have found that out.
At some other point, we would have found that out.
So I don't know what they could learn because they're not mad. Edith isn't mad; she's shocked. So I don't know what she could be shocked about. Because if it was like something that was in front of them the whole time, they wouldn't be shocked. They'd be mad that they didn't see it beforehand. So what could shock them?
What if the treasure isn't real?
But then again, they'd be mad, right?
Potentially.
Like if you were on a treasure hunt and you learned it wasn't real, would you be shocked or mad?
I'm thinking, what if they find it, like maybe Mr. Fischoeder says it's not real or whatever, and then it ends up becoming real. But there actually is something to it. Whether it's a clue or something is actually there. It could be a clue they notice while walking through the city or whatever. They're in front of this building and notice it.
So they're gonna redo the Grover reveal where we saw it in a photo.
I don't know if it's going to be that. I'm hoping it's not that. I'm more or less thinking that like maybe they misinterpreted the clue or the map and then realize, oh, this actually is flip it around and something else.
I could see that. I could see that. Hmm.
But who's revealing it is the interesting piece because the big players are all in this photo.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who that guy in the suit is,
Yeah.
unless he's a tour guide.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd ask the chat, but the chat's a little dead. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll find out on the 10th, and I'll be back in time to discuss that episode. But, I don't know. If you have a hypothesis, put it in the chat. Does he look like there was? Are you talking about the Halloween episode?
Yeah. I'm looking right now. A little bit.
Maybe this is a side gig. Is the
Tour guide for that.
tours? Yeah, I have no idea. I have honestly picking apart the movie and learning out all the details was a lot easier than looking at these photos.
True.
We for those of you who've been around for a while, we picked out that entire plot of the movie.
We did.
For the most part.
Fairly fast. And
Yeah.
loved it.
Yeah.
This I find they're not giving much away. So
If there was a trailer, I'm sure we could figure it all out and pick it apart.
Yeah.
But the still photos ain't
especially
doing
after
us.
waiting for 3 hours for a trailer, I think you can figure out a lot.
All right. Well, that being said, JB, is there anything else you'd like to discuss for tonight?
I don't believe so, sir. It's been a light week of news and there's not much going on. I'm sure we'll have more as we get closer to con season and once Bob kicks off again. So we're just going through that lull right now.
Yeah. Next week's episode will either be different or that'll be something for JB to figure out and let you all know about since I will not be here next week. But yeah, until then, sorry for the low energy, folks, but this has been From the Great North to Wonder Wharf, your one-stop destination for bento box information. As always, I am Mike.
And I'm JP.
And we will see you collectively. JB and I will see you on the 11th,
Yes.
and then JB will see you next Monday. So
I will see you guys next Monday. Yes.
stay safe, everybody. Love you all. Good night. Hold on. Let me. Fuck, I didn't pull any of this off. Good night, everybody.
Bang.